we're here at the Archangel Michael Hospice to meet Mona Scordi, who is the general manager of the hospice. Good morning.
Good morning and welcome.
Thank you very much. Now then, most people don't have a full idea of what a hospice is all about. Can you tell us what happens here?
Of course. Here at the hospice we welcome patients that suffer from a terminal illness and the therapy has stopped working. It could be cancer, it could be Alzheimer's, it could be motor neuron disease, it could be any terminal illness. And we cater here for the patient and the relatives and the carers.
So when you say you cater for the relatives and the carers, can they stay with their family or?
If they wish to stay, of course they can stay, but we do not encourage them to stay because when the patient comes here, it's a period for the relatives to relax, to, if they are tired, to get some time to rest.
But can they visit any time?
They can visit any time they wish. There are no visiting hours.
Oh, that's good.
And they can even stay if they wish to stay.
And how many beds do you have?
We have 9 beds. Two rooms are for children. And we are the only hospice in Cyprus that has a license for 2 children's bedrooms.
So do you just cater for people in Paphos or is it the whole of Cyprus?
We cater for people for the whole of Cyprus. Obviously mainly it's from Paphos because it's the area around the hospice, but we have patients coming from Nicosia, from Limassol, from all over Cyprus. I would also like to say that we cater for people regardless of religion, regardless the financial situation or any other circumstances.
Do they have to be recommended by their doctor or can the families contact you direct?
The families can refer patients to us, all the doctors can refer patients to us, and then we submit all the documentation to our in-house doctors here and myself, and then we prioritize who comes to the hospice and who doesn't come.
And how do you fund all this? Because it must cost an awful lot of money.
All the funding comes from charity work. It's a non-profit organization. We have 6 charity shops that all the proceeds come to the hospice and are run by volunteers. We also have a lot of volunteers that work here at the hospice, in the cafe, in reception, assisting the nurses. So this is very important for us. And the only paid staff is the nurses, which we employ 10 full-time nurses here at the hospice, our cleaning team, myself, and the rest is all done by volunteers.
And doctors, do you have a doctor who is totally just for the hospice or do you?
We have a lot of doctors that provide their services free of charge. They don't charge anything. So this is also very important for the hospice. And we also have doctors that we can call anytime is necessary, as well as physiotherapists and psychologists.
Going back to the volunteers, how can people help here at the hospice if they want to volunteer?
Of course, people can be volunteers. They will need to contact us here at the hospice. They can work at different shifts in all the departments that we have already mentioned. They can be volunteers helping at different events that we organize here, or even volunteers for the garden, for transferring furniture from one shop to the other one. If they cannot do the shifts, they can work in many areas.
Do you deal with people at home if they come in here for respite care and then go back home?
Home care, no.
No, it is just for the...
We have the information here for home care, but we
Yes.
do not do home care ourselves, not yet.
There is an oncology centre in Nicosia, there isn't one in Paphos, so do they transfer patients to you at all or?
We have a very good relationship with the oncology centre in Nicosia and in Limassol. They refer a lot of patients here at the hospice, and we also provide here the service of the blood transfusions. For a cancer patient today, in order to have a blood transfusion, they need to go to Nicosia early in the morning. There are 2 ways to go. Either a relative will drive them to Nicosia, or they will need to take the bus at 6:30 in the morning and come back late in the afternoon, just to do a blood transfusion and then come back to Paphos. As you understand, this is very tiring for the patients and for the relatives. So the oncology center sends the blood to us from the day before. It goes into a special fridge for the blood, and the patient can come here at their own time in the morning. They can be accompanied by a relative or on their own, do the blood transfusions, and then they can go straight home. And this is also free of charge.
A lot more civilised.
Yes.
Yeah. So the future of the hospice, you open, when did you open?
We were open since last June.
June 2015?
Yes.
And where do you see the hospice in 5 years' time?
Hopefully the hospice in 5 years' time will remain as it is and provide the service to all the patients, and hopefully we will have the funds to finish the lower floor, which will provide more rooms so we can accommodate more patients.
How many more beds would you have then?
We've got another 18 bedrooms on the lower floor, which hopefully in the future will be...
So 9 at the
Plus.
moment?
Plus the 18, which
Plus
is
18.
not finished yet.
So then you will need a lot more funding, and then you
Definitely.
will need more staff.
But we would like to take a step at a time.
Yes.
And now we are all concentrating on the service we provide to the patients and the carers and the relatives. And later on we will try and fund more rooms if it's possible, employ more staff. It depends on the demand as well.
Right, well Mona, thank you very much. I've learnt a lot more this morning than I knew. And so, if you want to help out in any way, please do so.